Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
I see mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de papa emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joints with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go.
Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
I see mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de papa emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joints with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
Biafra, I am a rapper. Biafra, I am a rapper. Biafra, 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 So we have to go back to Civilian Hall and continue the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status.
Good day, Michael. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being say. And I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. So thank you for standing up with Biafra. Continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from Finnish prison.
Finally, the zoo is falling. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nebo! It's on. We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enui na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem kuja atibe kwa tula ne bovo timalugo no godo kokodo nya no be hule Dani moda tunilu na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka njuba diali ama abulezi okwenu na bakala kelwego nezi enwe n'ụbọchị akala kelwego n'odezi maka na ababa n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi ụmụ Biafra kụnye nwe ụmụ Biafra kụnye beru ụnanụkwara igbe ọnọdụ ụlọ mọnọ n'ezi bịa kere nwe ọnọ n'enu lira tọnọ na ndagwurugwu senyi tọnọ n'ugwu gbadata ya Kanye wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Magana juko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata million ke kwa kwacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be wero tamano Mo Biafra kuyenwe Kanye wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Magalo fobi abakama La nugo noi Biafra na mekele unulina Nkabo nkani Mwa adati na itele wanyi biakeneli Ọkwa gị bụrụ okwu ekele n'afa ndị otu Biafra is our hope and the Biafra is our religion nke ọ dị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi bụ onye hiwere ya wesị ya kene arụ gị o number one of Biafra land the mountain. The one I call my phone the boat you the baby the beach of the mountain. I was a good word in my libonine. The word in my love Biafra. Do me go to cool. Papa gisi kana logi Philippo F young. Abuze kwa mwake kuloku wekusi okusi na Biafra ye kunye. Na ya bu Biafra ya tulugo wenata. Unavulu na ya bu Biafra ye kuigo. Loko gule mwata na kanane ele. Abagise kana logo nyendu manzi nande kano. Amadike Biafra kedede nodike. Amadike Biafra bianulo.
For the simple reason that she has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Abagibo foye tilindilo madamula unis.
accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you. Today, because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC is using her position for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do it. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can
Biafra government in they know na exile cabinet be no no ano ekene unu jisinu ikene na tukuna ndana ya gba unu be baka no yesu lo bi aya to kai maluge nu yi jisinu ikene Kanelo Mondi Biafra Revelation Army Umuchukwu. The angels of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra Nananunu. Nanunu Jisi Kenon. That's go about home. Chukwu. I say can the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Weber. I was a guava to be the best. I tried to do more Biafra, I don't got your temper with a name. The one I just show you, you will not see. Yes. Mweji mwagu konyilo sinodilo kasojilo yatiji sojilo wewalaso Muzikwe wabatobi Pagada gididi kebya nunu Mweji wala niyo Kujine chukunyele ndi Biafra na nunu Nuna beke nege I say, Biafra niile na mma asị na ya adịla unu niile na mma ma ndị anyị na-akpọrọ nwe na owutere anyị wee rie nne ma ndị anyị na-akpọ na ndụdonu n'ọnwụ maka na mgbe na-abọ ka ekwe na-agbọ dike ọgbọ ya na ndụ ọgbọ ya n'ọnwụ n'obi ife onye edebeli na-edere n'ụwa ma abụrụ ife emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, my believe and the remembrance of my beliefs you.
Language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chukwu okike abịa mapụrụ m ihe niile Chineke na onye ndị nsọ na-efe wee na-akpụ isi ala nye onye anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile onye anyị na-aja mma wee na-eto anyị enweghị iche ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya ọ bụ ya mere ndị Igbo ji wee na-etu gị ebighị ebi ndị nsọ na-agba oche eze gị okirikiri ha na-akpụ isi ala nye gị ọbụladị ndị okenye oru 2 na 4 bụ ndị na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo na ala ha niile si na-ede nsọ Chineke nna nke igwe n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile bụ ebe ụmụ gị gbasasịrị ka ụkpaka nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka anyị na-akpọkọta ha eze ebube onye ime eluigwe wee na-arịọ gị ma mma gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ ka iru gị wee chaa n'ebe anyị nọ anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi ka igwe tinye ọgbaghara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rabụ ndị kụziri ka ha wee megide anyị onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị dị etu a wee baa ha ọnụ ije obodo ekwensu bụ zuu wee laa ya n'iyi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ọsọ ọsọ nna nke ebere na ụmụ gị atakwala n'ahụhụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na anyị ezi echiche na amamihe mmekọrịta nwanne na nwanne ịdị n'otu ọganiru ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ka i wee tinye ụmụ gị ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu ma wezuga anyị aka ajọ ihe n'ime ndụ anyị nna nke ebere dị ngọzi ka ọ ga-abụ ikpeta mazị na Biafra ga-abịa anyị ga-aja gị mma wee too gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị kpee isi ala nye gị bulie aha nsọ gị elu site n'ebighị ebi mara onye ebighị ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise. This very morning, all of you, I believe that those who are watching know who we are and why we do what we do. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth, the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, Chukwu Kikabia Mapurumi Henine, servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it. Be defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates.
and then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to the Aruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West. Ojukwu negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, that have come, and this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
With these politicians that have held bent in serving the zoo and continue to do so on the 2nd of December, what are we going to do to them? And the other one is there anything that can be given to you for exchange or for you to drop the vision or the aim to have Biafran independent come 2nd December?
I want you to understand our slogan have changed. Our slogan is freedom or die. And let me make it very clear that when we say freedom or die, it is not about Simon Ekpa. I will be here to finish this war and this fight that I have started. One thing is that anybody that is thinking that Simon Ekpa is going to compromise, the person have not been, I don't think that person have been born. Simon Ekpa will be the last person to even think about compromising or discussing with anybody anything that is not the freedom of Biafra. And like I said, any day I discuss with anybody, instead of discussing the Biafra freedom, I discuss for my interest. The spirit of my mother will slap me deaf and dumb. People don't know how I managed to come to do what I'm doing today. And like I said, I will remain a mystery. There is something powerful force that I can never go against. So any day that I do something that is not for the interest of Biafra and how Biafra will come, the spirit of my mother will slap me deaf and dumb. I think that is the highest thing that will happen to somebody before the person dies. So, issue of Simon Ekpa compromising or collecting anything shouldn't come to anybody's mind. And those who have worked very closely with me will understand what I'm saying. Having said that, those who say they are not going to stay alive and see Biafra come, you see they are dying one after the other. So the politicians you are talking about, you should be talking about if they are alive till then. So those who make it alive will be treated in accordance with the Biafra law, the law of Biafra and the constitution of Biafra. So what the law says about the politicians who fought against the freedom of Biafra will take its course, not what Simon Ekpa say. So the law of Biafra will be designed based on the experience we have, based on what we went through in the process of our freedom, and on that ground, those that will write the constitution of Biafra will design it in a way that they will touch those who have fought against us, especially those who fall into the categories of politicians who are hell-bent to serve Nigeria, not Simon Ekpa. But of course, the law of Biafra will take its course, and the law enforcement agency of Biafra land will make sure that they uphold the law of Biafra, and those who found wanting will serve, will given the punishment they deserve in accordance with the Biafra constitution, the Biafra law. Thank you very much.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit. Nobody is talking about the agreement and how Nigeria become a country from amalgamation to fake independence to today present Nigeria. They put it under the carpet because nobody have risen up to challenge them. Nobody have risen up to question the existence of Nigeria. Until now, we are questioning it under the Biafra government in exile. And we will question it with gun, we will question it with bomb, we will question it with civility, we will question it diplomatically, and we will question it politically. And that is the multi-dimensional approach. That thing they are avoiding to discuss, that particular existence of Nigeria or continuation of Nigeria, they have been avoiding to discuss, will be forced to discuss. They will be forced with the activities and the actions of the Biafra government in 2024. That's where we are going. That's why all these shenanigans, all this their regional government, all this nonsense you see happening are happening today. And they have not actually started hitting the point, because the point remains the continual existence of Nigeria as a country. They are not discussing it. What was the agreement of 1914?
What was the agreement thereafter? Independent. What happened for after the 100 years of Nigeria? Nobody is discussing it. Our own British mandate terminated in 2014. That was when the British mandate terminated. When they say you have 100 years, after that we decide. I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who. That you are supporting Nigerian government in any way, either in the Nigerian army, Nigerian police, Nigerian security, Nigerian immigration. The PM has said today, we are not against you. But if you wear the Nigerian uniform representing Nigerian government in Biafra land, you are going to pay the price. And you're going to pay the ultimate price for supporting a terrorist government that is in Biafra land. These are terrorists that kill our people, maim our people, burn our houses, burn our businesses, burn our homes in Biafra territory. If you are one of them, you have yourself to blame. If you are wearing any Nigerian uniform, Nigerian military uniform, Nigerian police uniform, Nigerian security uniform, sorry is your name. We have no prison, we have no jail. If you are caught inside Biafra land, you are gone.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining wherever you are connecting us from. I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program this morning. If you are joining us from any part of the world, either from Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Asia, Africa, you are joining us from Biafra land, I appreciate you and I thank you for being part of the program. Please like and share the program on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. Continue to share this program because that is one of the responsibilities we have to make sure we connect to everyone across the world. If you have not yet shared the program, please endeavor to share. Very important. Don't watch alone. Whenever you come in, make sure you bring at least one person along with you. When we continue to connect that way, we can be able to reach out to people who need to hear us. It is not easy to pass these informations. Our enemies are trying everything to see that we don't pass these informations. They do not promote our platforms. Notification don't go to many people who are deserving to get this message. The only way they can get the message is when you continue to like the program and share. When you click like, it's not going to cost you any money. Liking the program is not a super chat. It's just a simple like and share to extend the message to others. That is all we ask. So please try and like the program and share it.
For the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time, I also remind you that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, that is where we stand. In this very platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to create problem. We do not come here to attack individual or persons. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform every morning is to preach the gospel of Biafra to the whole world, to speak about the situation in Biafra land and in the contraption called Nigeria at large, to expose the atrocities of the Nigerian government against its own citizens and against Biafran people. These issues are very, very open, but no one seems to be talking about it. The conventional media does not report these atrocities. The international media are not paying attention to it. So we have taken it upon ourselves every morning to come here to bring to the world the situation in Biafra land. For the world to know there is a place in the world today where human beings are being massacred without any reason and no report about it. We are bringing to the notice of the world there is still a place in the planet Earth today where genocide is still going on, even as we speak, and nobody seems to report it. We are here to tell the world there is a country that exists where its government sponsors terrorism within the country and outside the country. That is what we come here to tell the world. And we expose this information for those who care to know, and those who can do one or two things to pay attention and begin to do what they have to do. If you care about humanity, you must pay attention to what we are saying in this platform. If you care about human life, you must pay attention to what we are saying in this platform, because our message is to save life. Every morning when we come to this very platform, it is always an interactive section, a section where we gather here to interact with each other, to bring our problem before the whole world and allow people of the world to also ask us questions. We allow Biafrans themselves to make their contributions and say their mind. In this platform, you are entitled to your opinion. The only thing that qualifies you to join us on stage and speak your mind is for you to be a human being. As long as you are human, you can use the link, click that link, come in, and make your case known. That is why we are here. We are not here to gag you or to manipulate you or to direct you what to say or what not to say. You are very much entitled to your opinion. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. That is what we want. We want to learn. It's either you learn from us or we learn from you. So try and use that comment section. Click it, come in, express yourself the best way you can. I appreciate everyone that has connected, and we have come today again to do what we have to know best. Remember that self-determination is not a crime, will never be a crime, and has never been a crime. So each time when you are pursuing your self-determination, do not allow anybody to try to talk you down or try to push a narrative that does not exist. Today we have chosen a topic which says United States of Biafra Monday Sit at Home Review. Monday Sit at Home Review. United States of Biafra gain ground in Washington, D.C. Consistency is key. United States of Biafra have done a lot in this short period. It's just been 6 months of the United States of Biafra, and already we have made a lot of progress. A lot of achievement have been made. So many things have been achieved. It is only an enemy, those distractors, that we continue to deny the fact that we have done a whole lot. The Biafran people have really, really done a whole lot. We have achieved a whole lot in the course of this very journey that we have embarked in. Within a very short space of time, a lot of achievement have been made. Today is Monday. As every one of you know, that Monday is a very special day for us. Monday is a very special day, a day we all come together to demand for the unconditional release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and every Biafran political prisoner. A day we gather together to show the world that Nigeria has lost legitimacy in Biafran territory. A day we come together to speak loud to the political elite in Biafra land that they have no legitimacy anymore. Every Monday is a self-referendum to Biafran people, and this has been going on today for more than 4 years, 5 years now. We have continued to sit at home every Monday. Monday has become a sacred day for the Biafran people. Against all the attacks, propaganda, and blackmail, yet the Biafran people have consistently maintained the sacrifice of Monday so that their voice will be heard. They have pushed so many blackmail and propaganda against us. Some, they tell you that you are destroying the economy. They tell you that you are fighting against your people. They tell you that they are killing your people. So many kinds of lies. But the Biafran people have developed a thick skin, and they no longer listen to mediocres. They have made their choice on the direction to go, and they are going on that direction. No matter what the enemies are going to say or do, they will never stop us. Wherever you are as a Biafran, you must understand that your freedom is in your hands. Only you can free yourself. Nobody's going to come to save you. If you don't save yourself, nobody's going to be there to save you. And that is the bitter truth. That's the bitter truth. If you have been following events on how things have been happening in the restoration of Biafra, or in the course of Biafra, you will understand that nobody is going to save you. Only you will save yourself. That is why every Biafrans must stand strong and do not allow the enemies to take over the space. They are going to try. They are going to try the best way they can, but I bet you mustn't allow them. And so far, the Biafrans have been doing a great job. The Biafrans have been standing their ground, making sure that their story is in the front line, and so it will remain until we get to the promised land. Wherever you are watching us today, if you are in Biafra land, remember, this sit at home is something that we have all agreed to do, and we will continue to do it. And you can see that we have achieved a lot through sit at home. Anybody that does, if you are a genuine Biafran and you don't know what has been achieved by the sit at home, that means you are not a Biafra in the first place. You are just pretending. The sit at home you have been doing for so long now, almost 4 or 5 years now, is not in vain. It's not in vain. That sit at home has been able to keep so many people alive today. You know that in Nigeria, we cannot protest. We can't even hold meetings. We can't even say prayers in a gathering. That is how bad it is. That was why the Biafran people choose to be sitting at home. People sit in their home to express themselves, to show their displeasure against the atrocities of the Janjaweed against Biafrans. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching this program today, everyone that is sitting at home in Biafra land today, I thank you all for doing the needful. I know it's not easy. I'm not going to come here to tell you, oh, it is easy and cheap to just go ahead and lock your shops. We know how difficult it is to sacrifice this day, but I bet you whatever sacrifice you are making is not in vain. Never give up. Do not allow the distractors to distract you. Do not allow the action of the distractors, the saboteurs to influence you. Don't. I know sometimes when you see what the saboteurs are doing, when you see what the enemies of Biafrans are doing, it might discourage you. But I bet you, don't pay attention to that. Is why I tell people, there is no point going to the platform where you know that the information is not going to suit you. There is no point going to a platform where you already know what they are meant for. You want Biafra, and you are going to listen to people who are standing against Biafra. You're only frustrating yourself. You're only frustrating yourself. And wanting Biafra is not just by saying it. Wanting Biafra is not by you uttering it in your mouth. After saying that you want Biafra, you must have to take action. You take action to support the move on the right path. Biafra has made a lot of progress from Mazen Nandekano up to Mazen Samarepa today. There has been huge progress. And today, our case is on international stage, and we will continue to speak and speak until they hear us. Unfortunately, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria will never give up. They will continue to fight us. They will continue to put their propaganda against us and do so many things to distract us. But I bet you, as long as Chukwu Okike Abiama lives, we will never give up. We shall overcome them. We shall overcome them. Do not be afraid. Be consistent in your pursuit of freedom. Consistency is always the key. Consistency is always the key. As long as we are consistent in pursuit of what we want, we will definitely get it. It might tarry, but we will get it. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I thank every one of you that has connected to this morning program. I appreciate you. And I urge you to please continue to do what you have to do to support the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. That being said, we are going to be looking through so many things. Remember, during the weekend, we had a very important program which we have been advertising for a very long time. Finally, we have now arrived in Washington, D.C. The United States of Biafra is now in Washington, D.C. It is no longer a mere hearsay. It is no longer a propaganda. We are saying it because we want to make you happy. It is a fact that whether you like it or not, it is something that is happening and that will continue to happen. So wherever you are today as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to continue to be consistent and focused. I know there are going to be many challenges. There are already challenges. Some of these challenges are very unbearable. That I know. I can't ignore the fact. But in the midst of those challenges, we are equal to the task. The United States of Biafra which was redeclared on the 29th of November 2024, has continued to make progress, continue to grow. Within the shortest space of time, we have made huge progress, and our voice is being heard across the world. And the latest one that we have in hand is our presence in Washington, D.C. Every one of us know what happens in Washington, D.C. We know the importance of Washington, D.C. We know the position of Washington, D.C. on the planet Earth. And because we do, you will understand the importance of us being there. 30th May was a beginning of a new phase of victory. 30th May marked the beginning of the new phase of victory. And when you look through the success of that very presence in Washington, D.C., you will know that a lot is coming. The enemies fought in all angles to see that it doesn't hold. The enemies fought right, left, and center, as you all know, to see that the 30th didn't hold, but as always, they were defeated. As Biafra always defeat them, they were defeated once again. As they always make their move to see they put a stop to what we are doing, they were stopped and defeated. So, my fellow Biafrans, now that we have our presence in Washington, D.C., expect more voices to come. Expect recognitions to be flowing in. There are so many things to expect. While you are expecting, you have to continue to support the United States of Biafra, because that is the way to go. There is nothing else we can do except that. That is where our faith lies. That is where our strength lies. During that very program, the Constitution of the United States of Biafra was officially brought in. And the hard copy, many people have gotten. So let's get this information straight from a platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. I'm going to try to bring up that and read it out from there so that we can get it right. Biafra is now a nation, a very strong nation at that. And for those who thought all this while that we were entertaining them, they have woken up with surprise to realize that Biafrans, we are not just entertaining. This is the update we have on the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze. The very first update here says, and I'm going to read, breaking. Yes. The official Constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB, is on Amazon. So for those of us who want the Constitution, it is now in Amazon. You can request. You can now apply. You can buy it online. Apply to Amazon. The official Constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB. It is now on Amazon. So you can book your copy and it will be sent to you directly. So it is no longer something that is hidden. And you see what our Deputy Prime Minister will say, Breaking, yes. The official constitution of the United States of Biafra, USB, is on Amazon. The world have recognized Constitution of the United States of Biafra as a sovereign state, headed by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and the leader Nnamdi Kanu. Click on the link, obtain your copy. So the link to get a copy is there down. All you need to do is just click the link, you go through Amazon and you get your copy. Many people have been asking for the copy of this constitution, so it is now available. Just go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister or on my own platform or any member of the media. You're going to see the link there. You click the link. Go to X, you find the link, click the link. You can apply for the Constitution of the United States of Biafra, the original Constitution. So when we are talking about issue of Biafra, when you see certain things that the government is doing today, you will understand that our government is not don't have time for joke or listening to people who doesn't know what they want. Why those group who are busy gossiping and saying things that are irrelevant? Why they are busy gossiping? Deputy Prime Minister is busy extending Biafra to the whole world, and the Biafrans are getting the message. What you are watching here now is another update that was posted by Deputy Prime Minister just 1 hour ago. It says, the United States of Biafra USB government is building one of the strongest and highly disciplined military in the world. USB was declared as a sovereign nation on November 29, 2024 in Lahti, Finland. This array of armies will defend the 40 states of Biafra from the reintegrated terrorists occupying our new nation. The Biafran people are very happy. That is it. This very video you are watching here now is our Biafran Liberation Army, is what you are seeing here. Very, very disciplined. Very, very disciplined. You can see them ever ready to protect and defend our land. They are very gallant and very disciplined. Their duty is to protect and defend Biafran territory. That is their utmost duty, to defend, protect, and secure our territory. Remember, that is the primary objectives of the Biafran government. So, what you are watching here is the Liberation Army of Biafra. Some of them, sometimes they push propaganda against our people. They begin to tell lies. They want to demoralize us or demean us. They tell us they did that, they did that. Gone are the days when you see Biafrans doing things on a certain level. Remember the word of our Deputy Prime Minister that we do not have anything called vigilante. For those who will be operating as vigilante, going around causing confusions everywhere, we do not have any vigilante. What we have is Biafra Liberation Army, and they are good to go. Discipline is one of the things that has to be introduced in our army, and it is now, not tomorrow. And that is what the government is doing everything humanly possible to do. This time, we are not doing anything to prove anything to anybody. No display of arms to prove anybody anything or to cover any operation they go. No. No more video coverage of operations. No more display of arms. All they have to do is to do their job and do it very well. We are now a government, and we are going to block every loophole through which the enemies will bring their propaganda against the government. As you all know, we are seeking for recognition now. And today, Biafra is now where it's supposed to be. Biafra is now in a place where the international communities gather, in a place where decision makers gather, in a place where the real people gather to discuss about the issue of the world. That is where we have our mission today. The Biafran diplomatic mission, being in Washington, D.C., speaks volume. It's a very great achievement that were made within 6 months. Within 6 months. And I bet you in a very short while, you're going to begin to hear more informations that will blow your mind. And no matter how the enemies try to demoralize us, to make us look small, they will not succeed. No matter how they try, they will never succeed. We are creating a very disciplined army. And this disciplined army are going to defend Biafra land and protect Biafra land. Their objective is not to go after the innocent ones. Whether you are a visitor or you are a son of the land, and you are in Biafra land legally, they have no time for you. But if you are a terrorist in Biafra land, you are bearing arms in Biafra land, a terrorist bearing arms, whether in uniform or off uniform, they will come after you, and they will come after you heavily. There is no place to hide. What you are seeing here is the decentralized army of Biafra, and you have this in every state in Biafra land. Every state in Biafra land has this army. And I bet you our land will be defended by all means possible. Our land will be defended. No matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their propaganda and their black, no matter the attack they bring to us, we will never give up. But I want you to know that consistency bears a very good fruit. Wherever you are in Biafra land, continue to be consistent in what you are doing. Every contribution you are making into Biafra is not in vain. You are not contributing to the Commission Rebellion. You are not contributing to Mazen Nandekam. Neither are you contributing to Mazen Simon. Every contribution you're making is channeled to your own life, your future, your unborn generation. These people you are seeing here have given their own life to defend you. They have given their life to defend our land. And I want to ask you, how much can somebody offer you for your own life? How much will a person offer you for your life? How much does your life worth? Sincerely speaking, how much does your life worth? If there are people that have put their own life on the line to secure you, why won't you make a provision for them? The only thing that these people are asking are tools to do the job. The tools to do the job. That is what we have to provide for them. Why they put their life on the line? We just remembered our heroes on the 30th, but 2 days ago. We remembered our heroes a few days ago. And I bet you many have gone. Many have died. Many of our heroes have gone, both the old and new. Many that had a bright future. Many of our heroes that had a very good life, but they put everything on the line. One typical example is Ikonso. Ikonso was a Biafran who lived abroad and he was doing very, very well. That was why Mazin Nandekano shed tears when we lost Ikonso. When we lost Ikonso, Mazin Nandekano shed tears on his life program. A very strong warrior, a man who left when he was living abroad to come down and fight for his nation. You know, some people, when they see us talk about issue of Biafra, some of them, they see us as people who don't have something doing. They think we don't have jobs. Some of them think that we are just noise makers. They call us jobless. They call us miscreants. They call us different kinds of names. But I want to tell you, don't be moved with the name they call you, because they are going to call you worse than what you're just hearing now. It's just like now that they are calling us terrorists. The Finland authority have joined Nigerian today to affirm terrorism against the Biafrans. A civilized country like Finland in Europe, an European country, a country that is part of the EU, a country that is part of NATO, today is joining another country that supports terrorism, that is known for terrorism, to brand Biafrans terrorists. We are not terrorists. All we are trying to do is to defend our land. The atrocities of Nigerian government is huge and cannot be, it is not hidden. And you know, when we talk about these atrocities, some people think it is not just about Biafrans. It's not just about us. Every indigenous person in that country, Nigeria, has become an endangered person. They are all endangered persons. Every indigenous person is an endangered person. The only difference is that some of them don't have voice that we have. They don't have a voice. But the Biafrans have a voice. And we will continue to speak. We will not be silent. And our speech is saving a lot of life. The actions of Biafrans is saving life. It is because of the actions of Biafra that the terrorists are scared to take action and capture southern Nigeria completely. They are scared. But unfortunately, the people that are helping them to clear the way for them to come in is the terrorists in uniform that claim to be a Nigerian army. They claim to be a Nigerian army. But all they do is to come and clear ground for the terrorists to operate. And when we say these things, some of you think we are just saying, I am not just saying it. People who are in Biafra land, who are in Nigeria themselves, even one Nigerianist in their national TV have said it, that Nigerian army is colluding with the terrorists. Sometimes, you know what they do? They will come in and take away the arms that the communities are using to protect themselves. They will come in, they take away these arms from their hand, and then create opportunity for the terrorists to come in and attack. In fact, at a point in time, it becomes evidence that any time the police or the army come out in a village to disturb their security guard or take away arms from them, just watch out. After doing that operation, within the next 2 days, the terrorists will strike. And when they strike, there will be no police, no army to rescue the citizens. If you think I'm making this story up, I'm going to bring a video now. Maybe when you listen from this video, you will now understand better. So I'm going to try to bring a video where someone in Nigeria was making a case, where someone in Nigeria was making a case about these terrorists on national TV. I want you to hear him very well. Because if it were to be a Biafran, they will say, oh, these Biafran people, they are talking. But the video I'm about to play now is made by somebody from Oduduwa land. And I want you to pay attention to what he has to say. Somebody from Oduduwa land. I want you to pay attention to what this guy has to say.
Would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. Yeah. They would disarm the local population.
Oh, not true.
In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local population, even take their dang guns, they know that the Fulanis are coming behind. That is the level of complicity that you have.
Well, then I've been vindicated.
It's not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Lawumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks. You don't have spies. You don't see them in daytime. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel, at the TV station of channels, and he said it on national TV. That there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet, and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016 and nothing had happened. And we are still talking about a suspicion. It's no longer suspicion. Kawu Baraje came out in 2022, I think. It was his 70th birthday. And he came out and he told everybody who cared to listen that they were the ones who imported Fulani terrorists into Nigeria in the lead up to the 2015 election, and that they harmed these persons that they had brought into Nigeria from 5 different Sahelian countries. He said so. He's on record. Look, my friend Dr. Stanley Kavman is the National Public Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. He was, I think, on Arise the other day, where he said categorically, and he wasn't the first to say it, that there is a base, a militant base, terrorist base in the tri-state area, Nasarawa, Benue, and Plateau. That base is known to each and every one of our security services. That base is sometimes reinforced and resupplied by helicopters
in this country.
And nothing has ever happened.
I don't know why.
So we're no longer. Don't let's be talking about. It's no longer about suspicion. It's not a theory. It's not the fact. We should be able to call it what it is. The fact is that the Nigerian state has turned against its own citizen and is facilitating.
Did you hear that? I hope you heard it. I hope you heard it. What he said. The message is clear. You know, when we come and preach this same message on platform, they will say, oh, you are making it up. Why are you putting these things we are saying and repeating again and again and again? It's nothing but the truth. I don't come here for propaganda on blackmail. There are evidence pointing to it. The message of that Commodore Olawumi, I played it here, where he was making the confession on Channel TV. The man made confession on Channel TV. And after that confession, he disappeared from Nigeria. That man was a top security officer in Nigeria. The man said, I killed for Nigeria. That is what the man said the day he was interviewed. He said, on behalf of Nigeria, he takes life, that he has worked with so many presidents, including when the late Muhammad Buhari was brought in, and he was there when they were making arrangement to make him a president. But when it became obvious that the terrorists have taken over the zoo, he has to come out and speak on the national TV. And in that speech, he said that he was one of those that interrogated the sponsors, the active sponsors of Boko Haram. The man said, I was one. He didn't say I had. He didn't say I was dreaming. He didn't say somebody told me. He said, I was one of those that interrogated those who were sponsoring Boko Haram terrorists. And we took the list and gave to the government. He said today that those people who they interrogated, who we are saying in partnership with terrorism in Nigeria, that today they are in presidency. They are in the presidency. You go to the National Assembly, you will see them. You go to the Governor's Lodge, you will see them. But after all these revelations, the Nigerian people will go back to their business and begin to do whatever they like. They don't care. Very, very unserious country. A terrorist country. Take for example, look at what is happening in Burkina Faso. You see what is happening in Burkina Faso. You see how Burkina Faso government intercept terrorists. Terrorists that were pushed by the Westerners into Burkina Faso to go and take over power. They came with convoy, passed through a dead route in the midnight, and the Burkina Faso army spotted them. And they captured and arrested all of them with the ammunitions. Burkina. How big is Burkina? How big is the Burkina army? And how rich is Burkina compared to the zoological republic called Nigeria? You know, when they come, they will tell you, oh, Nigeria is the most populated African country. Most populated African country that don't have enough security to guide themselves. They don't have enough boot on the ground to secure their land. They say Nigeria is the most populated African country. What do you gain from that? Most populated African country that cannot cultivate enough food to feed their people. They say Nigeria, the most populated African country that cannot secure its borders. They have, with all the population, they have shortage of police, shortage of army, shortage of custom. Every offices, they have shortage of manpower. And yet, you go to the international news, they say the most African populated country, the most black African populated country. And some of them will shamefully come to their national platforms. Some of them will shamefully come to the international stage, and they will still repeat it, that we are the most black African populated country. And yet, you can't protect yourself, you can't feed yourself, you can't boast of anything. Initially, the propaganda they bring to them is they call them giant of Africa. And how are you giant of Africa? How dare you, a one Nigerian, stand before a man from Burkina Faso and claim giant? You must be ashamed of yourself. How can somebody from the contraption called Nigeria stand side by side with a man from Burkina Faso and say that he is a giant of Africa? You must be ashamed of yourself. Not even a South African. You can't stand side by side with a South African and you claim giant of Africa. What kind of giant are you? You can't stand side by side with somebody from Angola and claim to be giant. Giant of what? You can't. Giant that don't have light. Giant that doesn't have road. Giant that has petroleum and they don't have a refinery. The third or the fourth highest producer of petroleum, yet you don't have petrol. You don't have a refinery. Giant on what base? How can somebody shamelessly come out and begin to claim a giant? Based on what? You cannot stand side by side with somebody from Burkina Faso. As it stands today, you can't stand side by side with somebody from Niger Republic and you claim to be giant. You are nobody. As far as Niger is concerned, Nigeria is nobody. This was the same Niger that Nigeria was supplying electricity Nigeria was supplying Niger electricity free of charge. And now we begin to understand the manipulation, because there's no way you can tell me that Niger cannot afford to have electricity. France, with the British, intentionally kept Niger into that poverty stage, kept them dependent on Nigeria to make them feel that they are poor. How can you be producing, is it uranium or whatever? How can you be producing uranium that gave light to France? How can you lift up France that has one of the best cities in the world? How can you be creating such, and yet in your own land you don't have light? They tell you don't have ability to have light. Meanwhile, what is giving France light is gotten from your own land. And they use Nigeria to make Nigeria feel that they are beggars. I have always said it. Every African that is serious, if you are an African and you want Africa to survive, you must continue to ask for the disintegration of Nigeria. If you genuinely want Africa to succeed, you must demand for the disintegration of Nigeria. And how do you do that? You do that by supporting Biafra. Whenever you are an African and you stand against Biafra, you are standing against yourself. Because in Biafra, Africa died. And in Biafra, Africa will rise again. Nigeria is a tool in the hand of the colonial masters. Nigeria is the key that they use to turn Africa off and on. Through their ECOWAS. Today, you see the first step of Burkina, Niger, and Mali was to walk away from ECOWAS. And that marked the beginning of their success. Mali, Niger, and Burkina. The moment they walk away from where Nigeria leads, where Nigeria sits, their success began. The moment they walk away from one Nigeria, where Nigeria leads, their success began. Until Africa realized the key holding them down. Sorry, it will be difficult. But I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that finally the door is opening and many people are keying in. The door is opening and many people are keying in. I learned that Ghana is also moving out from the criminal organization called ECOWAS. I hope it is true. I heard allegedly that Ghana is heavily preparing to walk away from that colonial group called ECOWAS. And I pray that they will walk away and get their freedom. While sensible and responsible governments, people are walking away. What do you see in the zoo? The zoo called Nigeria is going to embrace somebody that people are running away from. France, that has become a curse to Africa. That is the people that Nigeria is going to embrace. Everybody knows that France is a curse to Africa. France is a curse to Africa. And every African countries are running away from France. At the time when every African countries are running away from, that is the time the Zoological Republic is embracing France. Their president is going to France every day for rest. Today, France is fighting to capture Nigeria, the zoo, the way they captured Cameroon. France has captured Cameroon, kept Cameroon in perpetual poverty, destruction, insecurity. These people with their bad record, that is the people that the Zoological Republic is embracing today. That is where the drug baron have his alliance. That is where the drug baron goes to rest. I bet you, wherever you are, every single information we are passing about the Zoological Republic of Nigeria is the truth and nothing but the truth. We are not here for propaganda. We are not here to lie against anybody, but we are here to tell you exactly how things are. We have come a long way and we have suffered a lot. And we cannot afford to allow anybody to continue to throw these atrocities to our face. They have done enough damages, and I bet you the time has come for us to rise. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I want you to know that consistency is the key. You must be consistent in whatever you are doing. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what they do. You must remain consistent. My fellow Biafrans, let us have a short break before we continue and proceed.
We have to go back to Civilian Hall and continue the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status.
Good day, Michael. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being say. And I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Simon Edward. So thank you for standing up for Biafra. Continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from Finnish risk.
Finally, the zoo is falling. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nibo! Is that? We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand.
Thank you so much for being there with me on this very program up to this moment. I also appreciate everyone that has participated on the Sit at Home. Wherever you are in Biafra land and you're participating, please remain consistent. We have achieved a lot through that very Sit at Home, and more will be achieved. Do not be shaken whatever you are seeing. Our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, will definitely be vindicated very soon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court is going to be coming up again very soon. Mazi Simon Ekpa, we are still waiting for a date that they're going to fix, and we continue to follow events that is unfold. But in every of this persecution that we see, do not be afraid. Do not shake. Those who are trying to blackmail us and brand us terrorists, they have already failed. Whatever the name they call you, don't get distracted with such names. They can call you anything they want to call you. Don't ever expect that the enemy is going to give you a good name. They will not. The enemies will never give you a good name. They will always try to call you whatever they want to make you feel demoralized. But I bet you, if you remain consistent and continue to hold on to that very battle, at the end, it will end in praises. Everything is going to end in praise. So do not allow anyone to distract you. Do not allow anyone to deceive you. Distractions is going to come. Deception will increase. Whatever they do, don't pay attention. Continue to focus on the pursuit of your freedom. Self-determination is not a crime. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even in their court, he is telling them, it is my right to fight for Biafra. It is my right. Likewise, you that is watching, it is your right to fight for Biafra. It is your right. We are not forcing anybody. We are not forcing anybody. If you decide to be a slave, it is completely your own desire, and nobody's going to force you against that. Sometimes they come to their conventional media, they begin to push the narrative that we are forcing people. You can't force people into freedom. You don't. You can take the horse to the water, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. We are not forcing anybody to join the Biafra movement. The only thing we do here is to preach the message, the truthful message. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that brought all of us together. Mazi Simon came and continued to preach the same message, taught us the true meaning of self-defense. You know, initially they made us believe that defending ourselves is a crime. Just like that man explained, what else can you do in a country where the government will remove arms from the hands of the citizens just to create space for the terrorist attack? What will you do? If you find yourself in a country where the government will disarm their citizens to allow the terrorists to operate, what will you do? Anyone that is hearing us from anywhere you're hearing, from any part of the world, you are hearing this very message. From any part of the world, whether Africa, Europe, America, wherever you are, and you're hearing about us, I ask you, if you wake up and you found out that your government comes to disarm the citizens in order to create space for the terrorists to attack, what will you do? What will you do? This is what is going on in Nigeria. It is happening again and again and again, and nobody can. And it's not as if when we say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people are talking, only Igbo people are talking. I want you to hear it once again from somebody from Oduduwa land, a popular lawyer that all of you know in Oduduwa land, said it on their national TV. It wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not Mazi Simon Ekpa. In such a situation, what will you do? And I want you to hear from this guy again.
Terrorists would come. The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population.
Fair. Did you hear that? Before the terrorists will come, the Nigerian military will come and disarm the locals first. I didn't say it. That is why I want you to. It's not just me saying it, not just the Biafra people saying it. The person that said it is not a Biafran. In such situation, what will you do? You that is watching us, what will you do?
The Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first.
Yeah. Did you hear that? What will you do in such situation? That the government will create space for terrorists. What will you do? Those of you that are asking Biafrans to fold their hands and not do anything, you say, oh, why are they still making problem? Why do they want to leave Nigeria? Why are they talking about going their own separate ways? I ask you, give me an answer to this very question. If you are watching us from any part of the world, write on the comment section or reach out to us, tell us, whether you are watching on TikTok or anywhere, if you happen to find out that your government disarmed the citizens to allow the terrorist attack, what will you do? Will you fold your hands and watch your head chopped off, or will you defend yourself?
Before the terrorists would come, the Nigerian military would come and disarm local population first. Yeah. They would disarm the local population.
Oh, not true.
In fact, what my friends in the Middle Belt have told me is that they have learned that once the military come around searching house to house to disarm local populace, even take their dang guns, they know that the Fulanis are coming behind.
Did you hear that? So when we say that these people that are in uniform in our land are terrorists, it is not a joke. This man is telling you what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria, where the Christians are domiciled, more especially. This is exactly what they do in Biafra. They will come in uniform to terrorize people. Because in the case of Biafra land today, they know that we are not sleeping. Mazen Nandekano laid the foundation when he created the ESN to defend the people. Mazen Simon Ekpa cemented it by transforming it into a liberation army. And they know that they are ready. They are ready. And they are well equipped to confront these terrorists. What do? The army will first of all come in to create a distraction. When you see them, they say they are going after ESN camp. These are people that are legitimately asking for self-determination. And we today have been able to go to the extent of really declaring Biafra a sovereign state of Biafra. Today we have the right to operate an army. It is illegal. According to international law, government in exile has the right to operate an army. Go and check it up yourself. Go and look it up. You don't just come and listen to hear and argue. Go and check it up. Ask Google, does the government in exile have the right to get an army? The government in exile have the right to have an army. They must have their own army, have their territory to protect. And that is what Manchester America did. Created the government in exile, have our own army to defend. And the Nigerian terrorist army knows very well. They know that we have limits to what we can do. In as much as we have a territory, we have limitations. What do? They come and create a distraction to create room for these people to attack. If not for the presence of the Liberation Army, they would have overrun Biafra land by now. But the major headache they have is the Liberation Army. And it has not been easy for them to penetrate. If you are in such situation, what will you do? I'm asking you that is watching me.
That is the level of complicity that you have.
Well, then I've been vindicated.
It's not just you. Somebody came to national TV, Commodore Lawumi. You don't see spooks, military spooks. You don't have spies. You don't see them in daytime. At all. That's not somebody you find on national TV. But the man was sufficiently alarmed by our security circumstances that he sat down in the TV channel, at the TV station of channels, and he said it on national TV that there are Boko Haram sponsors sat in the president's cabinet, and he had submitted a list of these persons to the president since 2016 and nothing had happened. And we are still talking about a suspicion. It's no longer suspicion. Kawu Baraje came out in 2022, I think. It was his 70th birthday. And he came out and he told everybody who cared to listen that they were the ones who imported Fulani terrorists into Nigeria in the lead up to the 2015 election, and that they harmed these persons that they had brought into Nigeria from 5 different Sahelian countries. He said so. He's on record. Look, my friend Dr. Stanley Kavman is the National Public Secretary of the Middle Belt Forum. He was, I think, on Arise the other day, where he said categorically, and he wasn't the first to say it, that there is a base, a militant base, terrorist base in the tri-state area, Nasarawa, Benue, and Plateau. That base is known to each and every one of our security services. That base is sometimes reinforced and resupplied by helicopters
in this country.
And
are you hearing that? That the terrorists have a base in Nigeria, and the base is known. It's not as if it's not known. You see him mention the location where the base is. These are information that are in the public. The terrorists in Nigeria have a base. He mentioned the location where the base is situated. He mentioned where they are. And what does the government do? Nothing. Compare it with the places where you have government, like in Burkina, where they intercepted trucks that were bringing terrorists into their own country with ammunition. They intercepted and captured every single one of them, arrested. And yet, the one Nigerian terrorist government that are claiming to be the almighty Nigeria cannot be able to monitor their territory. They cannot be able to, even when they have first-hand information, they do nothing about it. They do nothing about it. And they still want me to be part of you, God forbid. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that the redeclaration of Biafra has been done, and we are now a sovereign state, seeking for recognition and pursuing a restoration on the ground. The name you give to us, whatever you call us, doesn't really make a sense. It doesn't call. It doesn't matter. If you like, bribe Finland, let you and Finland continue to. It won't stop us. Even if the whole European Union join you to call us terrorists, it won't stop us. It won't stop us. We know there are still men of conscience, and we are going to fight.
Nothing has ever happened.
I don't know why.
So we're no longer. Don't let's be talking about. It's no longer about suspicion. It's not a theory.
It's not
the
reality.
fact. We should be able to call it what it is. The fact is that the Nigerian state has turned against its own citizen and is facilitating.
Did you hear that? You know, when I say it, that every person in Nigeria have become an endangered person, it will be as if I'm making it up. You hear somebody said it. Dele Farotimi is saying it. Dele Farotimi is a very strong lawyer. I might not agree with everything he says sometimes. Sometimes he gets out of head because he's one of the Nigerianists. He should be, he should, with knowing all this information, he should be pushing for Dudua. That is my problem with this kind of people. Dele Farotimi that is speaking with all his wisdom and knowledge, he will still be pushing for one Nigeria, even though he knows that it is impossible. Look at him mention all the things he mentioned. He knows that the only solution is disintegration. There is nothing else to discuss. There is nothing. But he will never go for that. Look at what he's saying on the national TV. But when I say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people. Yeah, when we say it, they say, oh, these Biafran people, they are troublemakers. But when he choke them, they begin to confess. And when they confess, we bring it to the world to see. We bring it to the world to see. Because we are not the troublemakers. Nigeria is very good in going against the victim. Nigeria is very good in supporting the oppressor, including their citizens. They are very good in supporting the oppressor. Always supporting the oppressor. That is what Nigeria is very good at. And until they walk away from that attitude, it will be worse for them. As for us, Biafrans, we are gone and gone for good. We are not waiting for anybody. We have gone. We are now a sovereign state. Whatever nonsense they are doing there is none of our business. What is our concern today is getting recognition from other countries of the world, representing ourselves and building our nation and making it what it should be. That is our concern today. As for the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, we are not part of it and we will never be part of it anymore. This being said, I want also for us to revisit the message of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oronigwe, on what she said.
In the Biafra territory, Nigeria is the terrorist, not we, not Biafra. So Finland, you need to get that clear first. You need to know who is committing the act of terrorism. As of today, the Nigerian state, headed by Tinubu and Christopher Musa, continues to unleash act of terrorism against innocent Biafrans. They killed 4 innocent children today in Biafra land, Finland. That is terrorism. Right there. That is terrorism. If you do not know what terrorism means, Nigeria is a terrorist state. So when Finland neglects the terrorist state of Nigeria and labels innocent Biafrans a terrorist group, who told Finland that indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, who told Finland that we are terrorists? Who gave that labeling? Because they said it. So is it Nigerian terrorist states, Tinubu, Christopher Musa, Bianca Ojukwu that reported, Tinubu that reported to you, Finland, that we, IPOB, that we are terrorists? Then you believe them, right? You believed the lies perpetuated by the Nigerian state because you want to enjoy economic gain from Nigeria. You want to milk that oil that comes from Biafra land. And based on that, you've joined the terrorist state of Defense Chief Christopher Musa of Nigeria to label Biafrans as terrorists, right? We are waiting for the indictments that you, Finland, is going to come up with. Biafra, we are a sovereign nation, and we are waiting for that. We are waiting to see how this game will end between Finland, Nigeria, and the United States of Biafra. According to the Finland Criminal Police Bureau Department, they went on this nationwide investigation, both in Nigeria and everywhere. I don't even know, everywhere, possibly America. I believe they told the American government that I am a terrorist, and they needed that investigation. But guess what? America told Finland to go to hell.
Yes.
America told Finland to go to hell. You have no clue what you are talking about. How can you leave the Nigerian terrorist state, President Tinubu, that is the real terrorist, and you are trying to label people like us as terrorists? They tried. I'm telling you, Finland approached America, but they failed woefully. Woefully, because America is a country that is built on the rights of the citizens. They know what being independent means. They know what self-determination means. They know what self-defense means. So when Finland came with that globalist agenda, they are operating in Europe with Netherlands, with Norway. America told them to go to hell. That is why they could not proceed with their lies, with their fake investigation in America. But did they try? Yes, they did. Did they inform American FBI? Yes, they did. I know they did.
You have heard it. That is the situation. And I bet you, just as our Deputy Prime Minister have said, you must not give up. We will continue to hit them hard. They can continue to parade any name they like, call us whatever they want to call us. That will not deter us from fighting for our freedom. We will continue to fight the battle, and we will continue to speak louder than ever. We will continue to make our voice heard, more especially now that we are present in Washington, D.C. Now that we are present in Washington, D.C., it is a different ballgame. It is no longer business as usual. We will continue to make our case and our voice heard across the world. 30th May was the beginning of a new phase, a new era. 30th May was the beginning of a new era. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is already on the front line, pushing. Mazen Simon Ekpa on international stage, pushing. And Washington, D.C. is where the DPM have finally gone, making a case for Biafra in the front line. So wherever you are, as a Biafran, don't get distracted. It does not matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what you see. Do not allow yourself to get distracted. Don't get distracted. You must remain focused. Pay attention on what is happening. Pay attention on the voice of Biafra. Continue to support the United States of Biafra for us to have a future ahead. The hope of Biafra lies in you. Your freedom lies in your hand. You cannot beg anybody for freedom. Nobody can dash you freedom. You have to go for it. Fight for it and take it. Those who are Christians, remember that the Bible said that the kingdom of God suffered violence, and only the violent takes it by force. Also, you must remember there is time for everything under the earth. There's a time for everything. A time for peace. A time for war. A time to rest. A time to walk. You must know the time that we are in and follow that timing. If you pursue that timing and follow it diligently, I bet you at the end of the day, you will have every cause to glorify Chukwu Okike. Yes, you did what you had to do. So wherever you are watching this program from, I appreciate every one of you that participated. The journey has not ended. As I said before, a new phase is being opened. As you see the Washington, D.C. office opened, a new phase is being opened. In that new phase today, diplomatic heat will continue. Recognitions will begin to flow in. Wherever we have a diplomatic house, it is official, registered, right from the time of when we were with the brigade. When we were brigade, every place we had mission, it was registered. When we were brigade. And today, the same thing, as we have had our offices everywhere, is happening in Washington, D.C. It is no longer business as usual. Today, discussions will be made. Governments of the world know whom to call. They know where to address their letters. They know that our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, his right has been abused by Finland. And the Finnish authority will not go free for the atrocity they are committing against the Biafran people. We will never forget. Just like we will never forget what the British has done against us, we will never forget what Nigeria and their allies did against us and our children. In that same way, we will not forget what they have done to our Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, at a time when he needed them most. At a time when our Prime Minister needed them most, they disappointed him. They sold him out for their own economic gain. And they thought that by selling him, they are going to stop us. Selling our prime minister will not stop us. Instead, it makes us get stronger. Using our prime minister to bargain for your economic interests only reveal more the atrocities of the West in Africa. The same thing that happened to Mazen Nandekan. The British gave up Mazen Nandekan even though he was their citizen. Today, Mazen Simon Ekpa has also been given up to Finland. Now you understand why people say that our freedom is in our hand. You must not wait for anybody to hand you freedom in the platter of gold. Not the West, not any country in the West, not the United Nations or the UN. You need to fight it out. And you remember what they told me? They told Mazen Nandekan that he should go ahead and fight. What is he waiting for? That was what they told Mazen Nandekan. They told him, when Mazen Nandekan went to the United Nations to repeal, they said, why? Why did you stop? You fought, but why did you stop? That was when Mazen Nandekan took a step backward and changed the direction, the mood on what to do. The United Nations will never come until we fight for ourselves. The EU, they will never come until you fight for yourself. They will only come when something is happening. As I am with police area. Police are without something happening. Something must be happening before AK will arrive. So if you want AK to be involved in an issue, something must happen. The United Nations is just like AK. It's just like the police, as they claim to be. So before they appear, something must be going on. And how are we going to create something to go on? It is taking responsibility and start doing something now. And I tell you, 30th marks the beginning. On that 30th, you see the Prime Minister, Mazen Simon Ekpa, in court. On international ground facing Mazen Nandekan in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, dealing with them. And Dr. Ngozi Orebweze in Washington, D.C., focusing. The triple stand is complete and standing. And I bet you it will end in glory. It will end in praise. No matter how they try to distract us, no matter their propaganda and blackmail, we will never do that. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, wherever you are watching from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to remain strong. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Don't allow anybody to talk you down. Don't allow anybody. Keep your head up at all times. It doesn't matter what they call you. Keep your head up. We are what we are. Whatever they call us doesn't matter. What matters is what Chukwu Okike Abiama says about us. What ordinary people say about us doesn't matter. What matters to us is what Chukwu Okike Abiama thinks or says about us. As long as we are carrying on this project of Chukwu Okike Abiama, there is no need to fear. There is no need to shiver. Be focused and continue to move on. Do not pay attention to propagandas and blackmail. And I have said this several times. If you are genuinely a Biafran, the only place you will get your information is from the United States of Biafra platforms. We have our media networks. We have our platforms. Dr. Ngozi Orebweze's X handle, the United States of Biafra X handle, and the handle of our media. These are places you get information. Anything that you didn't see there doesn't exist. Don't trouble yourself about it. I have said it several times, but people don't seem to pay attention. Sometimes you go and you begin to listen to your enemy. How can you be getting news from your enemy to spread? How can you? How can you do that? We must not allow our enemies to come and take charge of us. Don't focus on the propaganda on the enemies. Listen to the Biafran government and follow instructions. Whenever there is a confusion, in our programs here, we put link, you come out and ask your question. There are members of the cabinet that are watching us. If you have a confusion, you bring it forward and ask, we will give you answers. If I cannot be able to give you a satisfying answers, others are going to come out and give you a satisfying answers. Don't pay attention to any distraction. We are going to win this battle. As for Finland, they have only destroyed themselves, and they are going to pay dearly for what they have just done. They are going to pay dearly for what they have done. They have destroyed their human rights stand, and it can never be the same again. So my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, those who have participated on today's Sit at Home, I thank you so much for being part of it. Whatever you have lost today, you are going to gain it in 1,000-fold. Continue to be consistent. There is no sacrifice for Biafra that is in vain. Those who are contributing, continue to contribute. Those who are praying for Biafra, continue to pray. Those who are sharing informations and evangelizing, continue to evangelize. If you are financially strong, please don't hesitate to go to the link of Biafra and make a contribution. This week, there is going to be fundraising. So prepare yourself. Don't wait until then. Prepare yourself and make your contribution towards Biafra. We must continue and we will never give up. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect everyone that has participated on this program today. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect you. Everyone that have been part of this program, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide you, protect you, and secure you. I pray for our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect her, secure her. Give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No weapon formed or fashioned against her shall prosper. I pray for divine security for her. I pray for wisdom for her. I pray for sanity for her. I pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I pray for healing. I pray for strength. I pray for wisdom. I pray for understanding. I pray for revelation. Wherever he is, he will join us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. I pray for our Supreme Damazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the Biafran people. Wherever he is, I pray for more wisdom. I pray for knowledge, pray for understanding. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiyama will continue to guide him, protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to push on until we get our destination. Every secret plan against him will never succeed. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect every one of us that have been part of this program. Thank you for being there, and I will see you again tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Stay blessed.
Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
See Mommy Nkechi, a rapper don't tell she the kneel for grave where my uche de Papa Emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know they.
a Chinedu voice from under the soil. Brother, don't let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she knows I be this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with the trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
So we have to go back to Citadel Hall and continue the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You know, Finland's got to be on the right side of history. Finland especially should live up to its status, its claim as being the freest country on earth. That's what Freedom House ranked it as. And right now they're endangering their status.
Good day, Michael. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
My name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze. I am the Chief of Staff to the United States of Biafra. I thank you for your comments. Don't really have any question for you because what you've said is what any sensible, decent human being say. And I just want to use this opportunity on behalf of my Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. So thank you for standing with Biafra. Continue to do what you're doing for us. Biafrans and generations unborn will be very, very kind to you. That's all I need to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and I pray that we will be able to see him in person soon. Free from Finnish prison.
Finally, the zoo is falling. They don't know what's coming, did they? Yes. Yes. It's high time. Nibo! Is that? We move. Freedom is not given. Freedom is taken. You must understand.
Na wana na mose vive na kiti enui. Na tulaje bwana mabuli vemelem. Kuja. Atibe kuena tulane bovo. Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule. Nani mona tunilu. Na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu. Ngula matali woso jere futa mbaka nchuba diali. Mama abulezi okwenu. Na bakala keluego nezi enwe. N'ụbọchị akala keluego n'udezi. Maka na ababa n'ụwa aralu n'unuteyi. Ụmụ Biafra kụnye nwe. Ụmụ Biafra kụnye bẹ̀rù. Ọ̀nà nùkwàlì mọ́nà nùnà nezi biakere nwe ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu bana tai kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu ubanyo makana njuko no 1 million no we bofu wa mabulezi okwe naka ni kwata milake kwa wacha sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be walo tamano mo Biafra kuyenu kanyi welo fobi wena tabano banye makalo fobi abakama na nugo no Biafra na bekele ununina Nkabo nkanye Mwadati na ijele wanyi bekele bi Okwage bulu kwekele na fandi otu Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Kodina wata chieza muno bibu onye iwere ya Wesi ya kene rugio Adubagwo chukwo Ikemba one of Biafra land mongwem Adawune ya kala ya dike Mafondi mojiri diebu mebide biche vele mongwem Amusikwodo kweji mali Igbo nine Adagweji malo Biafra biya Dumegwo chukwu Opagisi ekene logi Filipu Efyong Amusikwa nwoke kwuloku wekusi okwu si na Biafra ekunye Na ya bụ Biafra ya tulugo wenata Ona bulu na ya bụ Biafra ekuigo Loko guli nwata n'aka na ele Abagisi ekene lugo onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Amadike Biafra kede ebe n'odike Amadike Biafra bialu
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of accused from my case and cannot try my case. There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not know. It is my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you. Today, because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do it. That's the problem. They sent her to my case. So they can release
Biafra government in They know the exile cabinet na chukuna ndana ya agba unube baka no yesu lobe ya toka imaluge nuei jisionike akana lo mondi Biafra revelation ami umu chukwu the angels of Biafra land bekade nuei the great oracles of Biafra na no anu wekede nunama no jisi kenon. Natugo ya ba unume. Omo chukwo. Omo chukwene. Ase kana the Prime Minister H.E. Masi Simon Webber. Abuzi kwa batobio. Atwale le omo Biafra bianuno. Anonganga piotembe wile name.
I can show you, you will not see.
Lili omo biao. Kudwa komili na kwa lunu.
Yes.
Mwana kwa mubia kenelio. Odagiri dimu.
All the guys think there's what to know.
Ose furu dilo bia nunu weni. Makwale na kosa de maranya. Mweji mwagu konyilo sinodilo kasojilo yatiji sojilo wewalosa. Abuzi kwe wabatobi. Pagada gidi kebya nunu. Mweji wekwala niyo. Tomine chukunyele ndi Biafra na nunu. Nuna beke nege. Asimuna yadele ndi Biafra nile namma. Asino yadele nile namma. Mandanyi na bono mweno utelanyi welienne. Mandanyi na bono nudonu nongwe. Makana mbona boke kwena bodike. Omoya na no, omoya no. No bivo ye dobeli nedere no wama believe emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, wama believe emeleme. And the remembrance of my bless you.